Hello, English students and YouTube viewers. In today's lesson, I will be talking to you about the past perfect tense. As you may already know, you will always be using the past participle form of verbs when you use the perfect or participle tenses. And you are always going to use had, the past tense of have, okay? Because we are talking about the past perfect. If we were talking about the present perfect, then we would not use had. We would use has or have, but not had. In this case, we are going to use had. Look at the examples here. The first one says, he had a terrible headache. We have the subject, or the subjective case pronoun he, plus had, plus the past participle of the verb have, and then the complement of the sentence. He had a terrible headache. This is the past perfect, people. The next one, she had watched that movie before. We have the subject, or the subjective case pronoun. We have the word or the verb had, or the verb have in past tense, and we have the past participle of the verb watch. In the third example, the same thing, but in negative form. We have not here. So we know that it is a negative statement. You can use the past perfect with negative or affirmative statements, and also in questions. All right? We have the subjective case pronoun they. We have had, and then we have a negative, not. You could say hadn't also, like this, apostrophe and T. N apostrophe T, like this. And apostrophe T, hadn't thought about it, or had not thought. We have the past participle of the verb think, and then the complement. They had not, or they hadn't thought about it. And the last one says she, subjective case pronoun, had, past participle of verb bring, brought her daughter to work before. Complement of the sentence. Okay, so you notice the pattern. You need the subject plus had plus the past participle of the verb. Subject, had, past participle of verb. Subject, had, negative, past participle of the verb. You could also include a negative after had. For example, she had not brought, or he had not had, or she had not watched. You can turn them into negative form very easily just by adding not in the middle of had and the past participle of the verb you are using. He had not had a terrible headache. She had not watched that movie before. They had not thought about it. She had not brought her daughter to work before. Okay? You can turn them into negative statements very, very simply, or you could just leave them as affirmative statements. Subject, had, and past participle of verb. That is a basic form of the past perfect tense. Next, I will give you some practice examples and exercises so that you can keep practicing with me. Now, you are going to help me figure out how to change these sentences into the past perfect form, or the past perfect tense, sorry. The first one says, they come here every day. We have the verb in present tense, and we don't need that because we want the past perfect. So they what? We need to use had first. They had. And what is the past participle of come? Come. Past simple is came. And the past participle is come again. They had come here every day. All right. The next one says she drove to Texas. We have the verb and past simple. So what we want is to add had and the past participle of the verb drive to change it into the past perfect. So we are going to use had, and the past participle of drive is driven. She had driven to Texas. The next one says he wrote a successful book. After the subject, we need to use what? Had, right? He had. And then the past participle of write is written. Sorry about the sloppy writing, it just didn't fit quite a bit here. Okay? The next one says she is very intelligent. We have a form of the verb be, is, in the present tense. So we want to change it into the past perfect. So we are going to start by adding had. And the past participle of be is been. She had been very intelligent. So this is how you change sentences of other tenses into the past perfect tense. Remember, you just need the subject, had, and the past participle of the verb you are going to use. All right? So, well, next I will leave you some homework. Remember that you really need to practice in order to become more fluent in speaking and writing. For homework, you are going to write 4 sentences using the past perfect tense. And now you know how to do it. You just need the subject, had, and the past participle of the verb. Or if it is a negative statement, you are going to use the subject, had, plus not, and then the past participle of the verb. All right? Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was of help. And please leave your homework in the comment section below this video, along with any comment, suggestion, or question that you may have. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Would you like to watch my next video? Click on the television to the right. To you about infinitives. Infinitives are verbs in the present tense that are preceded by the word